We're here with the Mettalworx featured artist for... He's feeling me right now. For August 2013, I'm leaving that. Cottus, right here, who just got finished with a kick-ass set here at the Diminished Fifth 7th anniversary party. So how are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Great.
Hottest night of the year. What a night to be playing.
Fucking hot. Fucking hot. We had a great time though, boys.
We were sweating to the oldies.
Sweating before the set, sweating during, sweating after.
I was sweating just watching you guys, so I mean...
We were wanting to name a song Perspiration for tonight, but...
it would have fit.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was too appropriate.
Yeah. Okay, so give us a little bit of a history. How did Cottus start and when?
Cottus, it was kind of funny. It was two other fellas actually got at me and they were like, let's start a project. And I wrote a couple of tunes and we just pre-recorded it, and then I went out to kind of find the musicians to fill in the part. And that's when I got Brett right off the bat, because he's a fucking phenomenal vocalist. You know, stars in a couple other really heavy bands and did a great job, so I knew he was going to be perfect for it. And yeah, and then just got a couple other fellas that I also knew had been around for a while, you know what I mean? Same with this stuff, it's just, you know, it's, you can't be slacking on this stuff. So these guys are a bunch of metal warriors, and they really, everybody brings their game to the table, you know what I mean? There's no one slacking at all, so it's really awesome for sure.
Right on. All Béranger school.
Crack the whip. But we all have fun for sure. Yeah.
So when was that, when you know, you were doing the demos and that and getting the lineup together?
Really good.
Like how long ago was that?
It's almost like 3 years now, or two, at least two.
Well,
yeah.
What, like the band as a whole band has been playing for probably like 2-3 years. But then I'd get started working on the project about a year or two before that to gather up people. So the idea's in the works for a while, for sure. Yeah.
So now
it comes from the belly of Paul. He it's like a nice loogie that he hawks up, and then we all lick at it like it's a nice, like, nourishing lake. Lake Loogie, of course.
That is the answer of the year. I'm declaring it now.
That's what everybody was thinking.
All right, now you guys are one of the more, I would have to say, unique as far as the extreme metal bands around here. So this is probably going to be a loaded question. Influences for you guys?
Music.
Just anything.
Yeah.
I think it's about, you know, trying to write music but deliver it in a really heavy way, you know what I mean? So, you know, obviously we've got influences up to wazoo. We're all a bunch of weirdos, but definitely just to come together and play some really interesting music, you know what I mean, and but deliver it in a really intense way, you know what I mean, and make her, you know, we all have our hearts in it. So
we want to bring it up to the level of the gods and devils, where we're all hanging out with them. That's basically what our music's about, is just the most powerful feeling you can feel.
Right on. Now, actually, you know, and speaking of being unique, you have some unique instruments that you use, especially on the song Never Stop Smoking, the crematory pit.
Stop smoking it.
Has never stopped smoking. We do like to smoke.
A whole bunch of crematory. We smoke many human bodies just to do what we can do.
So describe the instrument that you created. And
Well, no beating around the bush. It's a didgeridoo, but we really it was something that I got into a few years ago, and definitely, like that, like I was saying, pushing that whole musical element. If you can take something that is just a strict musical instrument, maybe not so, you know, general that you would use in a death metal band,
right,
but if you could somehow incorporate that, it's way easier for a listener to actually grasp onto something and be like, hey, this is actually music. It's not just a bunch of knuckleheads hammering on their instruments. You know what I mean?
And it's actually really fitting because it's such a low frequency instrument, you know, I mean, and you guys are tuned so low, and here you are delivering that into that exact same key. It really adds to the song.
When it's mic'd right, it definitely sounds really heavy for sure. Yeah, we're pretty excited for people
guitar
to hear
player
that.
too.
Yeah, normally we have two guitarists. We've got a accompanist who plays 7-string with us, which definitely, you know, and adds all the extra counter melodies and adds a lot of fatness with the 7-string in there. But I think we still do pretty well with just Frank and I. Frank's an amazing bass player and really fills out a really good fat fucking sound, and you know, I rock. You know. You know, I don't like to be too modest, right?
So, are you guys, you know, pretty much settled into the 4 members now? You're not going to, you know, try to get the 5th member in permanently? Or?
That's what's neat about, like, you know, with music, you can do whatever the hell you want. Yeah. Right? If we have some people, you know, we've had other people join us just for a song, you know what I mean? Just to make it for, you know, a little bit more impact on that one tune, and, you know, this other guitarist joins us, you know, once in a while. Right. So who knows what could happen, right? For sure. The music definitely comes off a lot better when you have multiple instruments being able to play all the parts, right? Because it's meant for all those parts, but we try our best to kind of meld everything together so you don't lose any melodies or...
Right on. So now you guys have been doing some recording lately. Do you want to tell us about that?
Well, hopefully we were talking with Josh Hogan, and hopefully we're thinking about a fall release, hopefully. And I'm super fucking stoked for that. It's something that we all put a lot of fucking hard work in, and like you said, it's just a little different than the average shit that's around. You know, it's one full cohesive piece of music put together with a lot of really weird instrumentation, and it's gonna be wild. You know, they're gonna play it on CBC radio nonstop for sure.
So you guys, how many songs have you recorded?
It's about. Well, there's songs and there's ideas, you know what I mean?
It's a big 3,
so,
but it's more like it's a rock opera.
Yeah, it's a big 3 for sure, but it ends up being about 25 minutes from start to finish, and it's all one piece of cohesive music, so it's pretty wild in the end. Yeah, I'm really happy with it.
So are there any songs on there that you guys haven't played live, or have we heard them all at one point or another?
These are guys that are in the Spank Bank that we haven't released a really good sounding demo yet, so this is going to be, you know, definitely something.
We just
really
haven't got the Devil Witches on stage yet.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty well.
Nice. So what are some of the lyrical themes on the album, or even just in general with your songs? Is there any one particular thing, or do you kind of just, could it be anything?
Brett kind of nailed it with the whole ultimate power thing, and it's, you know, it's a topic to sing about, but I think there's a lot of power in the music that can be written if you write it in the right way, you know what I mean? And people can feel that energy, you know, and we try to just lyrically put the right lyrics that would represent that kind of power and energy in such weighty tunes.
Yeah, the music is a natural disaster, and we just try to make lyrics that hopefully do that justice.
Yeah.
So you kind of let the music speak to you, kind of.
Absolutely. We try to, you know, think what things would depict, and like it was more like programmatic almost, you know what I mean? We do a lot of stories, you know what I mean? And, you know, so yeah, big storytellers for sure.
Once this CD comes out, will you guys do a tour, like a full, you know, this place, or you still just do some one-offs?
Well, no real definite plans yet, but we definitely have a little maritime tour in the works, you know what I mean? We're definitely pondering on it, brainstorming. Nothing huge, but just, you know, do, you know, 3 to 4 dates and cover the main spots, you know what I mean? And so yeah, that's as far as we'll go right yet, you know, but we're planning on definitely, we're all eager and we're all down for rocking some fucking places.
We just came back from Yarmouth. It was a wicked show.
If
anybody gets to go watch a show there or play there, that's the most hospitable place we've ever played in.
Nice.
By our own city, because we're the hospitalers. Here.
Hospitalers.
I created a word for this interview.
Yeah, I think we'll have a few more. Now, actually, Brett, this question's kind of you know, directed towards you. Well, actually, it's really directed towards you. Since you do vocals for a few different bands, and I say few, you know, very generously, because it's more like 5 altogether or something like that. Do you purposely try to change your approach from band to band, or do you kind of like the lyrics, let the music speak to you, and then that determines what comes out vocally? Well,
the limit is that's my voice, but I definitely totally feel different in any of those things, and it's just the landscape of who you're playing with that kind of just makes that unique, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on. So how excited are you guys to be playing with Dayside at Spread the Metal Festival?
Very.
Pretty excited, for
Extremely.
sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, that just got announced a couple days ago. Everybody was kind of thinking it was, another band. And then all of a sudden, everybody just got blindsided with that. So it was just...
It's going to be a great fucking show. Absolutely. There should be a good crowd there.
Decide.
So who, if you could go on a dream tour, who would be the ultimate band or bands that you guys would think, man, it would be great if Cottus could tour with? And I mean, pick anybody. Anybody out there in the world, past or present even,
That's really hard because we're all such big, different music lovers. I'm sure there'd be a couple of staples that we'd all be pretty happy about, you know what I mean?
I think Brett had somebody come to mind.
Oh, well, fuck. I know Paul's going to pick, like, Hate Eternal, Behemoth, and I would totally go with that, too. I'd be happy in Nile.
I was going to say Nile, yeah. Nile are a bunch of weirdos, too, where they, they take the time for the extra instruments and writing some really in-depth music, and they got their niche for sure, so we haven't seen them yet. So.
And Absu. That's what I want to play.
Yes, those guys are awesome for sure. Everyone likes a good bagpipe.
Portal. That's what I like them a lot.
Everyone needs a clock for a head, right?
Well, and going back to Nile, you'd definitely be touring outside of Canada because they're not allowed in the country.
They're not allowed in the country. So, but we've also we've been really fortunate, that if you had asked us, or at least me 10 years ago at the bands that come here, you know what I mean, I'd be very surprised with who we've already got to play with, you know what I mean. Like we've got to play with some really big names. And
Vital Remains most recently.
Vital Remains, we're super fucking stoked we got to play that show. Those guys are cool as shit. Fuck the Facts, absolutely. There's been some heavy acts coming to Halifax, and we're very fortunate for that.
Yeah, we're
absolutely.
gonna play with Suicidal Sacrifice, Deicide.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing about at least the Maritimes, where a lot of people have a lot of heart in the shit. We may not be the most handsome men, and we don't have a lot of makeup and fancy boots, but we bring a lot of
makeup and fancy boots
on Halloween maybe, but we have a lot of fucking heart, and we definitely bring that. So
now you guys do an awesome cover of Arise by Sepultura. What would be kind of a cover song that you guys think that you could pull off that nobody would expect? Like some quirky song.
We did an Emperor song.
Yeah, we did that. We actually, we were like, let's
did,
take this tune that no one would think to cover, and we did the Elegy of Icarus, Emperor, off Source of Icon E.
With Graham Ferguson.
And Graham Ferguson, who's also a metal artifact in Halifax, he joined us for that one. And it was awesome. No one would expect to cover that shit, and we did it because we're a bunch of nerds, and it was awesome. It was awesome. People really appreciate that shit.
Oh, yeah. So, what does the near future hold for you guys? I mean, we've covered the recording. What else do you guys have lined up, or are you just kind of just going with the flow right now?
Just a lot more, you know what I mean? Just to keep on putting out just really interesting recordings, you know what I mean? To reach out a little bit farther, you know what I mean? Do the Maritime trips, do the Montreal trips, and just, baby steps.
Spread the disease, so to speak.
Exactly.
We're training for Cottus like JSB is training for fucking beating Anderson Silva for the UFC.
And that will come eventually, someday.
Yeah, but he's French, so it's okay. Right? GSB.
Yeah. Right on. So we're actually hosting a show that you guys are headlining on August 3rd. So definitely catch that and catch these guys at the Spread the Metal Festival. Mettalworx, Cottus.